Okay, good evening to you all. Today is our day 3 of this basics computer skills training, which I said this training will last for about 3 weeks. And today is our day 3. Um, like always, we start with by showing our outline. That is what we are to cover for the day. So these are our today's outlines. We'll have a recap on what we did yesterday. Then we'll discuss about computer specifications. We'll talk about control panel, question and answer, then we'll have a conclusion. If time permits us, we'll discuss about control panel, all of it. If not, then we'll discuss it later tomorrow. But this is what we are going to cover. So let me remind you, most of what we are going to discuss today are theoretical aspect and is like explanation. Then we'll have a practical on control panel also, but under this computer specification we are going to have a very much explanation about a lot of things that you need to know and understand. So let's have a recap on what we did yesterday. Someone should help us and tell us what we did yesterday. Let's discuss what we did yesterday in short so that we can move forward, please. Okay, thank you. I can see some people are sending something. Okay, please. Yeah, we did RAM and ROM, computer memory. Yeah. Then what? Let's go, please, so that we can just continue. We discuss about turn on, turn off, and hibernate, sleep, restart. We discuss about that cursor, mouse, and touchpad, copy and paste, and cut. Then we did folder. That's what we did last. We did folder. We did a practical on that. So it's okay. Let's continue because I don't want us to take uh much of the time on this also. So let's move. So we're going to talk about computer specification. That's what we are going to discuss about today. The reason why I bring up this topic to you is because as you are learning this um basics of computer, you need to learn more about computer and understand how computer works. So this computer specification will help you in understanding how computer operate and what is expected from any computer, and it will help you a lot in choosing a computer for yourself, because by looking at the specification of a computer you can tell that this computer is a good one or is not better than the other one. That's what we are going to learn today. I know a lot of people will be asking what type of computer I need to buy, or do I need this, do I need that, do I need. There are things that you need to understand and pay attention to. All such specification is, if you understand them, even if a computer is like mobile phone, that is the size of the computer is like mobile phone, if it has such specification, then believe me, it's a big computer. But the matter is, it has nothing to do with how big the screen is and the way some people want it to looks like. Is the specifications that matter always. So we're going to learn about these specifications today, so that you can even advise someone that, yeah, buy this laptop, don't buy this has issue, and this has no any issue, you can go for it. So that's what we are going to discuss today. So let's see. uh First of all, I will tell you how to see this. Let me just remove this. Okay, I'll show you how to see the specification of every computer, then I'll explain what each specification means. That's what we are going to do today. So let me just go to my computer. That is, every system has my computer, or you can just click on Windows E, then it will take you to the computer here. So I'll just right click on this. Whenever you are here, like we did right click, that is on empty space, just right click and click on property. every computer, when you come to this, that is this PC or computer in other computers, just right click and click on properties. When you click on properties, you are going to see the properties of the computer. That's the specifications of the computer. So we are going to discuss about these specifications, all of them, so that you learn how the specification works, and from there you will know what to do whenever you see a computer with such specifications. Okay, so let's start with this is where the specification works. Don't mind this, don't mind the name of computer and whatever. I don't care about that. Let's start with this. So you see a computer, you will see a computer with core. You will see core, maybe core i5, for example. Maybe you will see different that what you are going to see, core i5, core i3, and some computer is not even core, is just you just see the name, maybe Intel, or you will see AMD. These are the processor of computer. That's the CPU. Yes, of course you can say the CPU, but some they are saying the processor is different from the CPU. But let's call it CPU, that is central processing unit. This central processing unit that you are seeing is the heart of the computer. That's where computer beats. That's where the heart of the computer beats. Everything you see in a computer, it's the operation or the direction, and everything comes from the processor. And this is the processor that we are discussing, we are talking about. So uh processor, what processor did always, what processor did in a computer, it did three options. It carries three functions in a computer. That what processor did. Number one of the function that processor did in a computer is it fetch data for you. That's number one thing. So whenever you give instruction on a computer, maybe I click this. If I click this, computer will the processor will fetch that information. Okay, what did that click do in a computer? It fetch the information from wherever it is. For example, I open a video file. Computer will fetch the data of that video from where the video file is. That's what the CPU will do for you. It fetch the information for you. Secondly, it's what it did is decoding the information. So the computer, when you run the maybe you open the video, when it fetch the information, it decode that information. Like I told you yesterday, the only language computer understand is what is 0 and 1. So it's CPU that decode that 0 and 1 information on every computer. So it decode that information. After it fetch it, it decode it. The last thing that it did is what? To execute that information, that is to reveal the visual that we are seeing. Whatever we are seeing here is the CPU that interpret that 0 and 1 into the display, into all the visuals that we are seeing on every computer. This is one of the work of this CPU. This is what the CPU did in a computer. Please, let's understand this from today. So that's what CPU did. So the issue of this different types of CPU that you are seeing, it has to do with the function of the CPU. That is, when the CPU is for example, core i5 or core i3 or core i2, for example, as you can see, it has to do with how many times can that CPU takes instruction from you. That is how many times that CPU takes instruction. That's what it relates. So if you have lower, the computer has lower processor, that is not core, maybe core, the one that has core i5, the task that the computer with core i7 will do, the one with core i5 cannot do that task. So that what it is, that what the processor means. So if you give it, for example, two tasks to do, if it is core i5, then core i7 can do 5 or 10 or 15 tasks at the same time. That's what it did. Secondly, we talk about this, you will see this GHz in computer. That's what it calls gigahertz in a computer. is a gigahertz, and this has to do with the speed of CPU. That is the speed of your CPU. That's what this gigahertz means. It has to do with the speed of your CPU. That's what gigahertz did. So this gigahertz, as you can see, you can have 1.2, you can have 1, you can even have 0.5, you can have 2, you can have 3.1, you can have 2.6. As you can see now, I have a dual core on my laptop. That's what I have. So you can see I have Intel, I have this AMD. We have Intel, we have core, and we have AMD, as you know. So I have dual core on my computer. That's what I have. I have dual core. Now, as you can see, I have gigahertz 2.6 and 2.7 gigahertz. That's what I have. So this is the speed of my CPU. As you can see, the speed of the CPU. This 2.6, as you can see, is like, it means my computer can take up to 2.6 billion tasks at the same time. That's what it means. It can run that at the same time. That's what it means. So all the bits that the bits that my computer can take, it can take the bits of about 2.6 billion at the same time. So I have double core in it. The gigahertz is double. So if you compare this, it's about 5 gigahertz. So it can run more than 5 billion bits at the same time. That's the speed of the computer. That's what it's the bit that it takes. And at the same time that I said is like within a second. That's what it takes. So you can understand how computer takes instruction, how it decodes the bits that we discussed yesterday, all the bytes that we discussed. So it can take that instruction within that period of time. So that's what this gigahertz means. It has to do with the speed of your processor on a computer. So please take note on that. Secondly, we have the RAM. I discussed about RAM yesterday. You will see the RAM of a computer all the time. So it has 8 gig RAM, but the usable size of the RAM is 7.8. That's the usable size of it is 7.8. So that's how it is. So it's 8 gig RAM, so it takes 7.8 every time, while the rest is maybe reserved for others or operating system on the computer. So all these, just leave them. So let's talk about this 64 and 32 bit. Some computer are 32 bit and some computer are 64 bit. And this bit has to do with the memory that computer can access at the same time. That's what this bit means. The memory that a computer can access and address at the same time. That's what this bit means. So all the previous laptops that we have are 32 bit. All the previous laptops are 32 bits. That means the only memory they can take, every 32 bit computer can only take 4 gig size of memory. They take 4 gig size of memory. That's what 32 bit did. But 64 bit of a operating system, that is 64 bit of memory, it takes more than that, is from 4 gig RAM and above. So you can say whatever you want to say, any size that you might think of, it can take that size and it can work with that. So this is what this operating system, that is 32 bit and 64 bit, did. So by default, you understand that 64 bit will be bigger always than 32 bit, and that's why most of the updated softwares that we have now, if you are to install certain software, if your computer is 32 bit, they will tell you that the software cannot be installed on the laptop because it has 32 bit. So you need to have 64 bit of operating system, and this bit comes always, you will take this bit while installing an operating system. It's during the installation you select the bit that you want. So we'll discuss about that. You will see it in the video when we are to install the operating system, new window. You will see that, you will see where to select 32 bit or 64 bit. And take note, if your computer has 32 bit, you want to upgrade it to 64 bit, you need to reinstall the operating system so that you will have 64 bit on the system. But if not, then you will keep working with the 32 bit. And believe me, there are lots of softwares that cannot work with 32-bit nowadays, because it's before that 32-bit has been working with, but nowadays you no longer you can't work with 32-bit. You can only you can work with 64-bit, because that's what the updated softwares need nowadays. So this is about the computer specification. So any computer that you want to look at, so look at the CPU of that computer. And okay, there are people that will say, okay, the what's better, maybe AMD or Intel, among the operating types of the operating system, which one is better, the AMD or Intel? Believe me, it all depends. It all depends. Sometimes AMD, sometimes Intel, but some people will say that no, we love Intel more than the AMD. Some people will say that, but me, I can't tell you that maybe you work with AMD or I work with all of them. I know how they work. But AMD always maybe is easily for AMD to crash sometimes, but Intel also crash. So I can't tell maybe which one to use, but take whatever you want. Look at the gigahertz of the computer. You look at it, then you look at the system type, that whether it is 64-bit or 32-bit. Then you look at the RAM of the computer. These are the specifications of every computer you need to put into consideration. Not only the hard, because most of our people are looking at the hard disk. Is it 1 TB, this and that? Don't worry about the hard disk. In as much as you have these specifications are good, you can increase the hard disk. Even also, if the RAM is not what you want, maybe I want to upgrade this RAM from 8 to 16 or 32, I can do that also. But take note on the gigahertz and the CPU that you have, because if you give it maybe 32 gig RAM, you put 32 gig RAM on a maybe a laptop that had maybe 1 point something gigahertz, believe me, it will not work faster the way you want it to work. So you need to put into consideration all this. So this is about the specifications. So I think let's move so that we discuss about the, like I say, if time permit, then we talk about the control panel. Then let's see what control panel is all about. Let's go to control panel. So to go to control panel, you have to search control panel. You have to search for it. So you can, yeah, some computer, if you click here, let me show you. If you come here, that is, you come to my computer, you will see control panel at the top. Menu bar, you will see control panel here. You can see it in some of the computers. So some you can click on view, just hover wherever you want, you can see control panel. While others, you can just come and search for it. Just write control. Once you click on control, you will see control panel. Every system has control panel. So we are going to control panel, and we're going to explore control panel and see what control panel is all about and what you can do in control panel. So let's go to control panel and see what we are going to do now. So when you come to your control panel, first of all, please look at this view by. You see there are 3 views, and each view differs from another one, because you can open your control panel and you will see it is not like this one. So take note, we have a small icons. That's what I have. This is a small icon view. And if you click here, we have large icons. This is the large icons view. If you click here, we have category, and this is the category. This is the category view. This is the category view. This is the category view. So these are the different views that we have in control panel. So don't get confused. If you open your control panel, I believe it will look like this one, category view. That's how it's going to look like. But you can change the view to large. You can change the view to small. You can do it that way. Okay. So this is it. Let's start with because I'm not going to, I'm going to show you different things in control panel. We are not going to take everything in it, but I'm going to show you different things in so that you can learn there and we move on from there. So first of all, let's talk about clock and region. So you see, this is where to set your clock. Okay, let me go back a little bit. You see clock and region. This is where you change your clock on a computer. If the date is not correct, the time is not correct, this is where to change that. So you click on that clock, you change the date you want, just click on date. When you click on it, you can change it. You see, change date and time, click on it. Then you change the way you want to. If I select 14, I select the time, I change it. I click OK, it will take effects here. That's how you do it. So don't worry. If you are to change the time zone, because as you can see, I'm using UTC +1. Of course, it's +1 GMT. I don't care if it is this, but I can change the time zone. We have our African time, just you can change whatever you want. But if in as much as it is +1 GMT, don't worry, just leave it like that, because sometimes you are going to just see +1 is UTC, you are going to see. So just take that universal and just leave it like that and continue. So you click OK when you are done and you save it. I'm not going to change my time, so just leave it like that. So we have all this. Please don't touch all this, just leave it like that. And this is okay. You just change your time. You can change time zone here. It's the same thing. It will bring you to this change time zone, of course, so don't touch it. Add different clock, don't worry about that. Change time and date format. If you want to change the date format, maybe now is February 13. This is the default format of every day. February 13, that is month first, then date. But in Nigeria, we always put date, then we put the month, then we put the year. But if you want to change the format, you can just come here and change it the way you want. Maybe you want it to come back to date, then month, then year. I can change it like that. Then I can apply and click OK. I'm not going to change mine. I'm just showing you all this because it's something that you need to learn and you need to understand today. So we are done with this. Then we can go back. I'm not going to touch anything else, so leave it like that. You can change all this if you want. That's one thing. So if we go to appearance and personalization, so here, this is where you are going to do a lot of things that has to do with issue of folder. Maybe someone asked me about hiding and unhiding a folder. Someone asked me that question yesterday. So this is where that has to do with all this. So if you click on File Explorer option, this File Explorer option has everything to do with folder. So everything folder is under here. So let me explain this to you. So you see this browse folder. If I check this, open each folder in the same window. That means if I maybe let me open a folder, let me show you something. Now if I click on desktop, it open this desktop in the same folder for me. So let me close it back. But if I change this, that open each folder in its own window. So any click that I did, it will open it in different window for me. It will leave that one aside and open new one for me. Let me apply this change and check and show you how it works. So now if I click here, it will open another desktop for me. As you can see, I have desktop here, I have one here. If I click here, it will open another folder for me. It will leave this one, you see. So I will be having a lot of folders. You see, someone will bring his laptop with this issue. So if you want to change that, just go to this and just take it back here and just click apply. Then I did it, I'll click OK. So another thing is this on clicking item. So there are some laptops that once you click, one click, single click will open a file for you. Me, I don't want that, because sometimes you will mistake and you just want to click on the folder to see the property of the folder, but it will just open itself. So don't worry about that. Sometimes if you want a single click, click here and just save it. Once you click on it, you just open the folder. If you want double click, but every time I want double click, I want to double click on the folder to open it, and that's something else, then you can do that. So there is another thing that I want to show you, which I believe most of the Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11, when you go to your My Computer, let me explain this to you. When you come to your My Computer, you are going to see quick access file. That is some of the files that you use recently. They will just appear here. Some of them. Most of you will be very, you watch a film, you don't want anybody to see the film that you watch, or maybe you open file, you don't want anybody to see the files that you work with. This is where to deactivate that. If now I deactivated mine, you see show recently used file in quick access. So now if I applied, it will be showing such files. Whenever I open files, it will just be showing them to people that I don't want them to have access to the files. So untick it. Or if you click on here, show frequently used folder in there, you see all this. If you did that, it will just keep showing the frequently used folder, all the files, and I don't want that. I will remove that, then I will click apply. I don't want that. So if you want to take away that, just come to this File Explorer option and just remove this. So this is one thing about this, and we are done with this. So quick access, don't worry about this quick access, but you can just go here, but please leave it on this PC and let's continue. So move to view. So under view, this has to do with the folder itself. This has to do with the folder. So when you you want to hide all the folder. When you hide a folder on your laptop, you don't want to see it. This is what you tick. Don't show hidden folders, drives, and files. Don't show it. If you apply here, all the hidden folders within your laptop will be gone. Nobody will see them again. So let me just go and hide another a folder to show you how that works. So let's go to, okay, sorry. Let's go to desktop. Okay, so let me call these many folders. Okay, I'll just right click on it. So I want to first hide a folder. So let's see how to hide a folder and how to unhide a folder. So first of all, I will hide this folder. So I will just click on this. So you go to property of the folder. So this is the properties. Go to properties. When you go to properties, just click hidden. You click hidden, applied. You can click apply if you want, then you click OK. You see that folder is no longer here. Is no longer here. Okay, so I think I should have done it in a empty somewhere so that you will see how it works. Yeah, so let me go to, there is this folder that I created. Okay, basics. So let me do it here. So I'll do it here. Let me right click all these three folders, go to properties. I will click hidden and I will click OK. Yeah, I will click OK. So now, as you can see, all these folders are gone in the laptop. Nobody will see this folder. And the reason why nobody can see them is because under that option, I already click. Okay, let me go back to where I am. Okay, where are we in the Explorer? Okay, it's here. Sorry. Okay, so now I already click don't show hidden files. I already click on that. Don't show hidden files. So now if I click show hidden file, it means I want to bring back all the hidden files. Now, if I click apply, you see all the hidden files are back now. But you see, they show that, of course, they are hidden. If I click back here and I click, they will be gone. So now if I want to bring them back, maybe I want to remove the hidden feature that I put on them. Then I'll click show hidden file, click it back. Then I'll click here. Then I'll right click them, or I'll click right click properties. Then I'll untick the hidden. Then I'll click OK. Then I'll click OK. Now just click OK. Don't worry about all this. Just click OK. And that is everything is back. So even if I say don't show hidden files now, the folder, because I didn't hide them, they will just remain here. But I let my computer to show all the hidden files always. So please, I highly recommend don't touch anything here apart from these hidden files and folders. This is all what you should touch. Please don't touch anything. Don't touch. Even if you touch it, go back and bring it back. But don't touch it, so that, because there are some people that will say, okay, let me see how this thing works. If you touch something, I don't know how you are going to bring it back. So please stop here and just do it here, and let's click OK. So we are not yet done. So let's click search and all this. Don't worry about this. Please don't touch this. I don't want anybody to touch this. Don't touch this. So we just did general and view. That what we discussed. And this is it. Then I'll click OK. Then we'll go back to our control panel again. So where is our control panel? Okay, where it is. I didn't see it. Okay, so okay, here it is. This is our control panel. So for the fonts, after this file explorer, we are done with all these file explorers. So let's click on fonts. This has to do with the fonts that you are using on the system. You want to change the font setting on your system. All these are different fonts. And don't worry, these fonts that you are seeing, I installed them on my laptop, please. So that someone will say, okay, my phone are not showing this. All this, I think these are the ones on the computer. There are those that computer come with them, and there are those that I have them. I'm the one that installed them. All you want is to get the name of the font. And when you get the name of it, you can just install it on your laptop and you use it. So that's how it works. So this is the font that I installed in the computer that I have on my laptop. These are the fonts. So if you want to change any font, just double click on it and you change it. But I'm not going to touch anything now. I'll leave it the way it is, please. Okay, so this tax bar, let's talk about this tax bar. So this tax bar, please don't touch tax bar. Let's just leave it like that. I think there is not much on it, because let's just leave it. Don't worry, because why I said that is because what I have is different from what you have. So don't worry about tax bar. Let's go back to the control panel and see if there is anything that we want to do here. So I think we did clock, we did appearance. Don't worry, user account will come to it. We'll talk about user account separately, how to create a new user account, how to set up a password on a computer, and everything. We'll talk about that. But for all this hardware, don't worry about this. Okay, this has to do with the sound and power, the power options, and all this. Don't worry about this. Don't all this display. I think just leave. Okay, let me go back and explain this. You need it. Let me go back. So let's click on this hardware and this power option. Let me explain. We have 5 minutes, of course. Okay, let me finish this. So for the device and printer, normally automatically you can install printer. Normally that's how it works. So I don't want to talk about this. You install printer automatically on computer. I would not talk about this. For the sound, don't worry about sound. I believe sound of every computer is working perfectly, as you can see. Don't worry about the sound. But this power option, let me explain how this power option works. If you click on it, it will come to change plan. You can click on this change plan. You see, turn off display. That means you want your computer to go dimmed like this, the display to just go off. So you need to change the time. If it is on battery, you need it to be on 5 minutes. If it is on charger, that is when you plug it on, you need it on 10 minutes. So you can change whatever you want. You can change the time. Maybe never. If you put never, that means it will never, the display will never go up. If you click here, the display will never go off. That's what it's going to be. That what it's going to be. The display will never go up if you put never, but you put any, you can put any time that you want. For this, if it is on battery, that means you unplug the charger. So you want it to be like this, you can do it. So for the sleep, if you want your computer to enter into sleep, that means you just leave your computer, you are not doing anything. Maybe you forget to close it or you put it on hibernate. You just leave it and go. If the computer is not on battery 1 hour, it will go sleep. It will automatically go into sleep. If it is unplugged on charge, maybe you are not doing anything, you just plug it on charge, it will just go by 2. I just set mine on 1 hour, 2 hours. You can put yours on 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever you want. You can put it. I'm just showing you how it works. Any whatever you change, for example, if I change it to 30 minutes, or maybe I want to put it in sleep and we're not doing anything, I want it to be in sleep by 10 minutes, then you just click save changes, and that's all. You can go back if you want and continue it. We have all these change advanced power setting, but I highly recommend, please don't touch this. I don't want you to touch this for now. Please don't touch this. But there are lots of things here also. You can change different things here, but don't touch it there. So don't touch it. So let's go back and see if there is something okay, this is the same. Don't worry about this. It's the same thing. Let me see, this is all the same. So we finish this. Let me go back to the control panel and see if there is anything else. Okay, sorry, let's go back. Okay, so Windows mobility and all this, don't touch this. Please don't touch all this. So for the network, I think please don't touch this network, because once you touch something here is going to be a lot of issues for you. Please don't touch this network also. And for this system security, it has to do with all the um Windows dependers. So I would just say, please don't touch this. Don't touch it also. Please don't touch this also. So what else? These programs, don't worry, is when we are going to talk about how to install software and how to uninstall software. We'll come back to this and we'll talk about that. For now, we are not going to talk about this. Ease of access, I think this is something, if you want, just go and see what it is, but don't touch it. It's nothing. So what left is this user account and this program. We'll talk about them later. In the training, we'll talk about this. So let me go back to, I think this is it. So if you change the view, all this is the same thing that we did, but it will just bring the most important items and features for you. All you need is to click whatever you want to click. And if you also click this small and you see all these are the, but for better thing is for you to click here. I think it's better for you to click here so that you can just navigate over and do whatever you want here. So I think the control panel, we did justice to it. I think it's okay. We can stop here. So we can take the 5-minute break and come back after. So if you have anything, you can ask when we come back, but we can take a recess now and rest. So we'll resume in 5 minutes. So if you have any question, let's resume and I'll respond to the questions and we can call it a day. So thank you so much for being here, and we'll resume in 5 minutes. Okay, you said that we discussed, the question said that we discussed on the device specification. What about Windows specifications? You see what we did now, I show you all the specification on my Windows, because this is the Windows operating system. I'm using Windows. So even on Mac OS is the same with specifications. So I didn't understand. I think the device specification that we did and Windows specification you are talking about are the same thing. I don't think there is maybe different, or unless maybe you are talking about different features of Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11. I think maybe that's what you are discussing about, but they are the same thing. Windows specifications and device specification that we did and computer specifications that we did are all the same things that you need to put into consideration, because the window you are seeing, the Windows per se, is just a software. You just install the software, and all these that you are seeing are the features of the softwares that I'm using. And that's why my laptop has different features from maybe some of you that are using Windows 7 and some of you that are using Windows 8, Windows 10. That's the only thing that Windows has. It's just the features, different features that is display that you will see. That's the only difference. But when we said the specifications of computer, we are talking about this that we explained today. So don't get confused about the two. It's the same thing. Maybe even if you had it somewhere, it's the same thing. Okay, I'm sorry. If you have any question, you can ask, because today we did, I think we did a lot of things. So if you don't have any question, we can call it a day. But if you have a question, please ask related to what we did today. And please watch the video and understand more about what we did. I didn't see any question, so I think we can call it a day. I didn't see any question. So let's call it a day. Please see you tomorrow and have a wonderful dream. Bye bye.